Worst start in 50 years are the headlines today of how this half a year ended. Let's find out why and why is it so peachy. So far, and we still have Friday to go. Stocks got absolutely slaughtered. Bitcoin, again, sub 20,000. I thought we're going to have a little bit of a bounce on Monday, but we just went flat and started selling off since Tuesday. It was the worst SP 500, worst start of first half since 1960, and the S&P suffered its worst first half since 1970. But they're saying that maybe this was similar in 1970, where we had the sell-off into June, and then we didn't make a lower low, as you can see, and started slowly compressing, and then recovered a little bit. Does it mean it's going to happen here? Nobody knows. But we have to be prepared in case it does this or that, and that's the sign of a good trader. You create scenarios. Nobody knows what markets will do with 100% certainty. So what you can do to prepare for that is build out scenarios of highly likely outcomes. If price does this, I will do this. If price does that, I will do that. And this is how you trade with the market, because again, nobody can predict the market 100% of the time, all the time. Otherwise, there would be walking trillionaires everywhere. Right, so the reason for sell-off is obviously exacerbated pressure from crypto. FTX closes today on a deal to buy and battle BlockFi for $25 million. Fire sale. Why fire sale? Well, because it was valued at $5 billion just a year ago, from $5 billion to $25 million, and then you get. Singaporean authorities reprimand Three Arrows Capital because they reprimanded by Singapore Central Bank for providing false information exceeding allowed assets under management threshold. Basically, they were lying to get more money, to hodl, to thinking that the Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000 and they're going to be movies would be made about them, right? So they were just getting as much money as possible. It just didn't work out. And do you know somebody else who is doing just that just now? Yeah, Michael Saylor. So he is still doing exactly the same thing. He is still gobbling up every dollar he can to put it in Bitcoin. And I think until he gets squeezed, we're not going to see the bottom. So Genesis faces hundreds of millions of losses as 3AC exposure swamps crypto lender sources. This hit the markets in the morning or yesterday, and and updated in the morning. It was updated in the morning, so Bitcoin started selling off even faster because of all these news. Why? Well, because the professional traders are pricing in the fact that this is going to be a sort of a catalyst for other dominoes to fall, because if Genesis is losing hundreds of millions of dollars, there's a bunch of these firms that are, and obviously with FTX buying BlockFi for $25 million when it was valued at $5 billion, that means they're insolvent. He's just doing them a favor, picking up bankrupt companies, pennies on the dollar, literally. So the contagion, and he is actually doing it. He doesn't care about the 25 million or BlockFi. He's doing it to contain the contagion, to the spread that can happen if all these firms starts getting liquidated one after another. They will have to sell whatever crypto they have left, and thus the crypto price will be driven even further down. So to prevent that, he's stepping in, basically doing them a favor and bailing out most of the crypto, stabilizing it a little bit. Again, why? Well, because he owns FTX, and if FTX goes to shit, then that's his baby, right? So he's protecting his baby in this case. This is interesting. Coinbase is reportedly selling geolocation data to ICE. Jesus Christ. As if crypto didn't have enough problems. It's just hilarious. There's there's no privacy. There's no crypto. It's just honestly, it's nonsense at this point. What happened with all of this? So they can track all your crypto. They can do whatever they want. So at this point, what the hell is the point of having crypto? Because honestly, they're gonna just introduce the central bank digital currency, and again, what's the point of crypto? Of crypto? Because there's no anonymity left with it. There's it's not really ideal with making billions and billions of transactions, like Visa, for example. So anyway, just some food for thought. In any case, let's take a look at the charts. Charts. So, so this was last Friday. Let me zoom in. So this was the price action last Friday. This was Monday. We tagged resistance here at the trend line. We couldn't close above, and it was a 618 and sold off promptly. Now, I thought because of this Friday close, we actually attempted to rally on Monday as well. It just didn't sustain, and we got this spinning top with a brutal sell-off on Tuesday, basically taking out all of the gains from that Friday. So as I was bullish I think I started buying last week somewhere around here. So I was buying. I had to, last pieces I sold for a loss, obviously, but still made money last week. This week was a little tougher. Again, as a sign of a good trader, nobody knows what the price will do. And if you see the price doing something opposite from what you've expected, it's your job to turn around and have the mental flexibility to go with the market flow, meaning going with the flow literally with where the money is flowing to. And if the money is flowing on the bearish side, that's what you have to do. You have to turn around your bullish positions and flip into the selling, because that's where momentum is going. And I'm a momentum trader. I'm not a long-term investing into this thing just when I trade. So that's actually another thing about long-term investing. I see a lot of posts on YouTube still saying, oh, I'm nibbling here, I'm buying at 20K for my portfolio. I'm buying, I'm talking about Bitcoin now. I'm buying at 19,000, and then I'm going to be buying more at 15 and 10. So, and which I agree with, actually. That's a very sound decision. But I think until we all see all these videos stop being made, and basically all these people getting flushed out, that's when we're going to see the real bottom. And again, it started looking bullish in the beginning because you had this the candle formation here, right? The railroad tracks, so to speak, where we had a bullish and then bearish, then bullish, and it started ticking upwards. Then we ranged for a week in this tiny range, doing absolutely nothing interesting. I thought we would have a little bit of a little follow through, but we couldn't close above this resistance. Yeah. So what's up with the crypto? Well, if stocks are going to be getting hammered, and we still haven't seen all the what's about to be unraveled, we're still going to be finding out about the BlockFis and the 3 Arrow Capitals, and everybody they dealt with will probably start having issues, especially when they have earnings to report, etc., etc. So in another month or two, we're definitely going to see more of this float up. And if that's the case, that means, again, they will have to raise capital by selling their holdings. And if they have to do that, meaning US dollars, fiat currency, they will have to start dumping their crypto holdings. And if they have to dump their crypto holdings, then we are in for a little more pain to come, right? So where would be the what's next, so to speak? So next thing, as I pointed out before, is this peak right here at 14,000. I think 14,000 is going to be a big test. I don't know if it's going to happen next week, obviously, but so far if the momentum is pushing down. If we take out these lows from last 2 weeks ago, or last Saturday, whatever it was, when we pushed to 17,000, if we take out 17,000, obviously I think the next stop is going to be easy, 14,000 and maybe even 10K. Why? Well, because the Michael Saylors of this world will start sweating. And it's not them who are sweating. It's people who lend him money that will be saying, you know what? I'd rather not lose 100% of my money. I'm down 50% of my money. I'd rather have at least 50% than zero. So once they're going to start pulling those loans, it's going to cause, again, chain reaction. And the Michael Saylors will have to start dumping their holdings to satisfy those margin calls. So it can get very, very messy, very, very interesting, very, very soon. And getting back to stocks, there is no volume, as you can see. So this is summer trading. Remember the doldrums, summer doldrums? That's exactly what it is. Nobody wants to participate in this mess. Everybody's kind of on the sidelines, watching what's going to happen, instead of committing any capital towards buying or getting out of position. So everybody is being very, very cautious at this time. And remember when I said he wasn't doing it of the kindness of his heart, and he's going to take an arm and a leg. Well, 25 million for a $5 billion company is not only an arm and a leg. That's more like he just left a little piece of ear on the table. Everything else he gobbled up. So yeah, fun. Since this is the end of second quarter and half, I think that we'll be seeing new positioning coming into the market, probably starting this week. Next week. However, big if is, again, 4th of July in United States is on Monday, this Monday, upcoming Monday. What does that mean? Well, that means, again, thin liquidity, no market participants, and people, if they want to really push the price down to 14,000, that's going to be the time to do it. It's going to be Sunday, Monday, when all of American traders are enjoying barbecue and celebrating Independence Day. This is going to be a perfect opportunity to do some damage to an already damaged market. So watch out for that. And if you start seeing some quick price action, you should probably capitalize on it, because it's going to happen something of this nature. It's just going to, we've essentially, we're trading in a range still, so we still haven't taken out the bottom, right? So if you start seeing this price type of action on Sunday, this type of price action on Sunday or Monday, overlap, taking out the lows and strong close candles. Do you see how those candles close on the bottom? They're very solid. Obviously, towards the end, it's there is little more indecision, and now you have bulls and bears fighting it out. But the beginning, initial stages, you see all those solid candles. So again, if you see anything like this happen on Sunday or Monday, you should be all over this thing as flies on you know what. So that should be something interesting. As for stocks, well, another one I want to mention is gold. Gold is absolutely getting slaughtered. So, you know, people were shitting on Bitcoin not being the next gold. Well, gold is not being the next gold either. So, as an inflation hedge, it's also getting absolutely, it's getting hammered all of pretty much starting March of this year. So all of this quarter and a little bit of a past quarter, it's basically back to where we started. What is this? January 20. Yeah, so back at beginning of the year. So we erased all the gains for the last 6 months. So much for the inflation hedge, right? And we're clinging on to this support around 1800 to 1780. If we take out this support, it's probably go time to below sub 1700, easy, because now you are gonna have this ginormous top, head and shoulders plus a double top, as you can see here. And first, we're going to retest these lows of this swing low, which comes in around 1678. So sub 1700 for sure. And then we'll see if the price starts bouncing. Buyers will come in. Maybe it'll be fine. But if not, then wow, watch out gold. Because then this is going to be a double top. And if we start taking out these lows, that means we're going to go another 300-400 points down on gold, which is huge. Which is, well, I'll tell you. So let's see. Which is going to be another 20% down. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Again, you're trading on leverage as well. That magnifies everything. So we'll see. Again, it's still clinging. It's still it's more of a it's on life support. It's basically our president at this moment, barely functioning. So that's my political joke. So this is it. Basically, gold is clinging to its dear life, and there's nothing interesting. I wouldn't, again, we are at the bottom of the channel. I tried to pick it up several times. I still have a small long position. Stops below 1800. I think my stops are at 1795-ish. Yeah. So like yesterday, we rallied, sold off. Today we had this massive sell-off, then a rally, and then a complete sell-off. So that means all these pumps are getting completely destroyed. So every time, as we were talking to one of our traders in Inner Circle yesterday, every time you see it make a lower low, it makes it just slightly below the previous low. So if you see it around 1795 tomorrow, you should probably buy it, because the same thing is going to happen. It's going to dump, then it's going to reverse, dump, reverse. So this pattern has been working since this low, then 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 this low. So it's been in this choppy pattern, sell-off, a pump, artificial pump, people are coming in, bulls are trying to take it up, and they get absolutely demolished every single time. So that's gold. And the Nasdaq is interesting too. Obviously, a long-term Nasdaq, I've posted this plenty of time since a few months ago. I said basically the long-term targets are about 10,500 coming this summer to the movie theaters near you. So I wrote it in May, and that's exactly what has been playing out. So first, obviously, this is a head and shoulders. And we've broken it, retested it, and we started dumping ever since. And what's the target? Well, the target is here. If you measure, the measured move actually comes to fruition, which comes in around 10,000. So that's why I said somewhere between 10.5, 10,000, which is another 1,500 points away, is probably going to be somewhere where we might consider bottoming out. Now, we are also in this wedge, so it will need to take out this bottom to continue further down. Right now, again, no volume. There's nothing, no volume going on here. And we might just do some sideways nonsense. And the big trade will be either a breakout to the top side or the breakdown. That's the ones you want to catch. Because no volume, this is just choppy nonsense and compression of energy, which will be released into a very, very big, quick, powerful move. You can make a killing trading this. Again, all right. Hope this kind of wrap up for today and this super astonishing 6 month of worst 6 months since 1970 or 62, depending on the source. As always, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. We always appreciate it. Send it to your friends. And if you want to learn a thing or two, stop by apexpool.com. Check out our free Telegram group where we discuss all these trading nonsense, mumbo jumbo daily. All right. Hope it helps. Enjoy.